Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve G, and what we have this time is the Konosuke Nashiji Gyuto 210mm knife. This knife is composed of 3 layers. It is composed of what's called GS Plus semi-stainless core steel. It's not a lot on that about the page, but it's a very good steel, good all-around conventional steel. The heat treat's around 61 to 62 on that, so it's going to have some decent edge retention. The cladding is also stainless, so it's kind of stainless over semi-stainless, and I'll get a close-up in a minute, but there is a cladding line here, although it's quite faint. Weight and dimensions can vary a little bit from knife to knife, but they should be fairly similar given the same handle type. This particular one is 159 grams or 5.6 ounces. Handle is a very nicely done octagonal laurel handle in the Key Studio. So real nice, kind of a slimline handle. It's got a nice convex back butt to it here, and just nice slim, fits the blade profile really nicely. Great job sealing it up into where the tang goes into the handle. This has what's known as Tokyo style handle install, where they show a little bit of the tang there. That's a design decision. It is not an accident. That's kind of an old style handle install. So it's not a mistake, but something kind of old school look to it. The edge length on these are typically undersized, so this one's about 200 millimeters or 7.9 inches. And the overall length's about 355 millimeters or about 14 inches with a handle. Spine thickness, I got about 2.35 just all the way down. Not much taper to it, but it does thin out. You can see the grind is pretty generous here in terms of where it starts pretty high on the blade, so that brings the tip down to a pretty thin tip, so nice and thin for performance. And then it's also nice and thin at the edge, so this is a good combination of some thickness to the blade to give it some meat and some heft, but it's also ground nice and thin where it counts. Height about 47.25, so plenty tall. The neck is just a little bit narrower than the handle itself, but it still has a good comfortable spot here in the curve on the choil into the neck, where there's a good spot for your fingers for a pinch grip, pretty comfortable there. Balance point wise, this is for me almost right on the money for a pinch grip, so there's balance point for that, and my pinch grip is almost exactly there, so that's going to be root for me. It's going to be very neutral on that kind of style grip. Let's get our beauty shot. All right, let's see. Let's take a look a little closer. So here's your kind of Nashiji or pear skin mottled finish on the sides of the blade. Then here's your grind towards the tip or towards the edge, and then here's your cladding line. This does have some, looks to be like laser engraved kanji and symbol on the right side of the blade. And then here's your left side of the blade. Kind of just a back and forth finish pattern on it, going longitudinally with the blade. Easy for me to say, but so the finish marks are with the blade instead of being vertical on this part. Fit and finish is nicely done. They've got their kind of real nice polish on the spine, and they've rounded it off, so it's very, very comfortable. They've taken some time to polish the back of the blade. They haven't rounded it off a ton, but they've rounded it off enough where it's very comfortable, no problem at all there. And then out of the box edge, this has a nice edge on it. I give it a 6 to 7 out of 10 out of the box edge. Let's take a look at the cutting board profile. Alrighty, so here's what it looks like on the cutting board. Very smooth profile, goes right down into almost a complete stop, but a little bit of back belly there. So there's a flattish area in the back third of the blade. Fair amount of belly towards the tip there, you can see. So on the cutting board, my tip will start to dig in about right there. So I'm pretty good from about right here down in terms of rocking. And then tip draws should be nice with this. Push-pull cuts, glide cuts, a little bit of chopping towards the back. So I'd say a pretty versatile profile. So if you're looking for just a classic 210 Gyuto with nice performance characteristics, very nice handle, good quality steel, this is the Konosuke Nashiji Gyuto 210mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.